What's good, beautiful people? It's your main man, Big G, here on Industry Talk, and welcome to Primetime Pod, the hottest information resource outlet for all things entertainment, breaking news, celebrity interviews, and the hot topics of the day. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow us on all social media platforms, our Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, you name it, we're on it. Just Google us. Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime.
Okay. And he got prime time vibe. Make sure you check it
How? Why the fuck you think he missing? He say that.
out.
And think of it a whole lot.
Now I'm not trying to get a little messy with you.
Time is money.
They go trap.
What's good, what's good, beautiful people? It's your main man, Big G, coming at you all the way live. I'm in your space, in your face, and blessed to be living on this beautiful day. It is April 14th, 2026, here in the great state of Mississippi. First off, welcome, all of you who have joined the live or who will join the live or who will view this broadcast at a later time, date, and space. It's Tuesday, so you know what that means. We're talking with our good man, Paul Whitehouse. Get rich or cry trying. Today, the conversation is going to lean into business equipment financing. We're going to take the conversation where it needs to go. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, hit us up, drop it in the messaging. So today we're here with Jarrell Braswell, who will be joining us here in just a little bit as well, and my good man, Paul Whitehouse with Patriot BFC. And every Tuesday, we give you a little insight about what Paul does, about Patriot BFC, what they do, and we answer any questions you may have as it relates to your business financing needs. So, if you're hearing my voice, if you're locked in with us across all of the platforms, what I need you to do, take a little time and share the live. I think that's 8 EIG221HT. Yeah. Welcome to the live. Share the live. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Like I said, Jay Shaw, welcome to the show. I'm glad to see that you guys got your package. I hope you enjoy the winnings, the victors from our Q&A about JB, comedian Jarrell Braswell. You know, we like to make sure that folks that are engaged with us, that pay attention to what we have going on, every once in a while, we have party favors that we send out. Complimentary gifts that are a part of what it is that we do, our brand, our notion, our networking, from the apparel to the books to events. So we appreciate everyone that stays engaged with everything that we do. So without holding it on, for too much longer, I'm just giving folks an opportunity to get into the room before we really strike the match. Big shout out to Inside Speaks, Jonathan Shaw, Military Point of View, lock in with Jonathan Shaw. Great content creator out there doing this thing. wears a lot of hats. They have this saying. I want to make sure I get it right. I think it's a jack of all trades, a master of none, right? You see, so I've heard that term, and people use it like there's a term of endearment, but I that's a set aside for me because that's nonsense. I don't want to be a jack of anything. So the people that I deal with, and the people that I talk to, the people that I engage with, and I enjoy their opinions about how they view the world and how they've gone through um, their situations to gain success. And they don't hide it. The good, the bad, every part of it. They've mastered what it is that they are proficient in soundly. So Jonathan Shaw is that. He's mastered himself. He's mastered, what it is that he puts out to the world. And he's a networker and an influencer, a motivational speaker that communicates his message, and he's a behind guy that uplifts everyone around him. The guy and the gal, Angel Williams, that are the components and the catalysts to supporting the individuals that need to be pushed to the top. And they have the resources and the network and the know-how to do so. That's an awesome component to have within your brand network. People that work tirelessly and have the time to do it. So make sure you reach out to Jonathan Shaw. Check out my brother and see what he's got going on over in his camp. It is quite endearing, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you stay tuned in with my good man, Jerry and Ja Blaze with the Cloud Chronicles. He's been pushing out some awesome interviews, celebrity interviews. He is the official podcast affiliate for Freeway Records. So check out my man Bantu Blaze, Ja Blaze, Jerry and Ja Blaze. I am the Cloud Chronicles. 2026, things are growing at an exponential rate. Our resident comedian Jarrell Braswell has been actively doing his thing on the road with the I Motion Tour and Bubba Dub, just coming off of a run in Baltimore. Flew down to Orlando to link up with Mr. Touchdown. And I'm sure at this point he should be back at home. So we're going to lock in with him here in just a little bit as well. So there's a lot of wonderful things that are coming to the forefront. And I'm glad all of you are here to participate in every part of it. So without any further hesitations and reservations, we're gonna go ahead on and jump this thing. Today we're talking about the fuel behind every business. Equipment. Because having the vision is one thing, but having the resources to execute, now that's everything. What if your business needs equipment, but your credit isn't perfect? Do you stop or do you find another way? Today's guest, Paul Whitehouse, is going to break down how business with good and challenged credit can still secure equipment financing and keep moving forward. This isn't just about funding. It's about opportunity, strategy, and growth. So let's get into it. I'm going to bring our good man, Paul Whitehouse, to the room. And of course, he doesn't need an introduction because Paul is here with us every Tuesday live at 5. Paul Whitehouse, welcome to the stage, my brother.
What's going on? How you doing?
Fantastic. How are you today?
Cannot complain. Had a bunch of good things happening over the last 3-4 days, so I'm real happy. Doing good.
Okay. Now, here's the thing. Everyone says they are having a good day, and is it cliche, or are they really having a good day? What exemplifies or what presents or represents the fact that you are having a good day, sir?
I woke up. That's the first thing. No matter what
That's
happened
blessed.
yesterday,
Amen.
or no
Right.
matter what happened 2 minutes after I woke up, it's still a good day. I got an opportunity. I'm alive, and the past doesn't matter. Only the
Okay.
future matters.
Gotcha. Okay. So, what's on your agenda for today? Today is Tuesday. Patriot BFC is here talking with us. Get rich or cry trying. So what are we talking about today, Paul? And thank you for joining us here on Tuesday.
My pleasure. Thank you for always having me. I'm glad to have made friends with you several years ago, and I value our friendship. So last couple of weeks, we've talked about creative financing, how to make it happen when you don't have it. Now we're going to talk about how to make it happen and grow it, make it bigger when you have it and have an established business. So, most businesses need equipment. I really don't. I'm a consultant. I need a computer and a pen and a phone. Otherwise, most businesses need equipment. Let's talk landscapers, trailers, dump trucks, mowers, construction companies, heavy equipment, hotels. They need furniture. That's their equipment. The definition of equipment as far as financing is whatever you need to operate your business. Your audience, a lot of entertainment, studio equipment. Galen, we can help with studio equipment. So how do you finance that? Here's the range. You've been in business for more than 3. This is the easiest financing. More than 3 years in business, good to excellent personal credit and business credit, cash flow, monthly ending bank balances. If they're $1,000, that's going to be hard. You got to have something in the end of your bank account at the end of the month, so the lender can verify that you can make repayment. So that's one. That's A. Let's go to Z. 1 or 2 years in business. You got good to excellent personal credit, or you got difficult credit. You can still be financed. We represent lenders who want to say yes. It's not the bank. The bank has they got a box. If you fit in the box, you're good. If you're outside of the box, you're not good. That's the bank. Lenders try to structure deals creatively. They can use cross collateralization, other equipment that you own free and clear. That's an asset. Instead of cash down, you can use equipment that you already own to pledge that as the asset instead of cash. If there's difficult credit involved, cash down is going to be required. But here's the good news on that. Get it done. We'll get it done for you. Cost of money will be higher. That's the lender. It's not us. Make the payments on time for 24 months. You're back in the realm of being solid gold. Then the next time you finance equipment, you don't need to put a chunk of money down. You got choices at that point.
Okay, Paul, what the biggest mistake business owners make when trying to finance equipment that end up getting them denied?
Giving up. You go to one lender, you go to a bank and they say no, you think it's the end of the world. Nobody's going to finance me. My bank's been in business for 50 years. They're not going to finance me. Why would anybody else do it? There's other lenders who specialize in difficult credit deals. They advertise it with us. I get emails every day. Any deals from lenders who want difficult credit deals. biggest mistake, paying cash. Don't pay cash, finance it, build your business credit. You're going to need that in the future if you're going to grow. When you start a business, you don't want to, when we all start a business, we want to make $1 billion. I mean, we want to grow our business. So you grow it strategically, tactically, get good business credit, get good personal credit, use it. Keep cash on hand. I don't think this is answering your question. I'm going off on the side a little bit, but cash is for opportunities and emergencies. Don't spend cash on equipment. Keep your cash, finance it.
Mhm. Okay, so big shout out to That's What I'm Gonna Do, Jonathan Shaw, Jerry and Joblaze, and everyone else that has touched the live across all the platforms. Quick question to the mindful individual that is paying attention. What separates Patriot BFC from any other Shylock that is out there?
Yeah. We're consultants. One
Okay.
definition of what we do, we're money brokers. You could call us that. We fit the definition, but we are consultants. I'll spend hours on the phone talking to a person to help them to fully understand it before they say, send me an application. We
Mm-hmm.
take the time. I'll answer the phone call at you already know. I answer the calls at midnight. It doesn't matter to me. I'm here to help. So how do we do it better? The bank has their programs. If you don't plug in, then you're out. The equipment finance guy, if you go to an equipment dealer, they got a finance guy there. He wears a Rolex. He's got gold. He smiles. How do you think he gets paid? He gets paid on the money. He marks the money up. They get you approved for 7, 8, 9%. They mark the money up 2 points. Now you're approved for 9, 10, 11%. So what separates us from them is, of course, we need to make money. We tell you how we're going to do it. We charge points. Sometimes the lender just pays us and you don't have to come out of pocket for it. If it's equipment financing, you still don't have to come out of pocket for it. If we charge 2 or 3 points, the lender will add it into the deal. So no money out of pocket. But as a consultant, we look for the best deal structure and the lowest cost of money. And we spend more time to do it. And it doesn't take a lot more time. I mean, to put another 20% in, I don't have to do anything. I already know how to do that and get it done in the same amount of time.
Right.
So we're here for the best outcome. And
Yeah.
really one other thing that separates us is, well, 2 things. If it's bad for you, we're going to tell you, we don't need money that bad to where we're going to put you in a bad position. And if
Okay.
there's
But now,
go ahead.
yeah, now we're talking about putting people in a bad position. Is leasing equipment just a trap
No.
that keeps businesses paying forever, or is it actually the smartest way to scale?
Yeah. Coca-Cola leases equipment to own it. They don't pay cash and they don't bank finance it. It is the smartest way to do it. The largest companies in the world use this form of business financing to own equipment. You don't pay forever. There's 2 types of leases, a capital lease and an operating lease. A capital lease is for things you do not want to own because they go out of, technology, computers. You need the next best thing 3 or 4 years from now. You don't want to own it. You want to pay for the use of it. Uh, John Paul Getty, famous economist, he said, lease, uh, purchase what appreciates, lease what depreciates. So that's one angle to look at it from. And an operating lease, or an operating lease, if you want construction equipment, a semi truck, an excavator, you want to own that. You don't want to make payments on it for 5 years and turn it in. Like, it's not leasing like a car. When people hear business leasing, they think it's like a car. You lease it, you turn it back in. You can do that if you choose to, but there's one specific type of lease that is designed for ownership. It's the same thing as an asset-based loan. It's the same thing as a purchase with just a different definition and tax advantages.
Should your personal credit even matter when applying for business equipment financing, or should business potential be enough?
It's both. You got to put a
Okay.
personal guarantee on it, so it's business credit and personal credit.
Mm.
Does it matter? It matters in
Mhm.
cost of money, and it
Mhm.
matters in how much money you got to put down. If
Right.
you've been in business for more than 3 years, you've got, go ahead, Galen.
Yeah, well, you see now see that's where, what is the point and purpose of creating your limited liability company if in fact, you have to wage some type of um, personal credit behind it. You know what I mean? Because you're trying to put everything into the business structure in itself.
Well, you put it into the business structure, but you still have to have a personal guarantee.
Hmm.
Yeah, and that's the way all lending is done.
Right. Well, the business revenue should suffice. For example, right? Um, I own the company, but I don't have an income. I can't even reflect or show you an income because my company doesn't pay me an income. I reserve the right not to get paid through my company. So everything that is cycled through that company is reflected solely on that company. So there's nothing that's going to reflect on my personal side that shows where he even has an income or has any credit to represent it. So how do you handle those types of situations?
So when we take an application to get you approved for an equipment lease, your
Hmm.
personal income doesn't matter. Your personal credit does, but not the income. Your
Okay.
business income is what is important.
Hmm. Okay. All right. But you said also that the personal credit does have some bearing.
It does. It absolutely
Right.
does.
So, like I said, if you don't have anything that you're just starting out, you're just getting into
Yeah.
it, you're fresh, and whether you've been in business for a couple of years or not, you're still a fresh business. You go beyond 5 years, now you're in a true business model. You know the ebbs and flows of what's going on in your business. So, I've never been taught how to create that. Um, Personal or business credit situation for myself. So I don't have any credit. I've never had a credit card. I've never thought about, these are just new business owners coming into it. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't have, and I've never, and that's the perfect scenario and situation because, you have a lot of a lot of kids that go into business or entrepreneurs that go into business and they have no clue. They're just jumping off the porch and they need some guidance. Right. So we're saying this is the best way to do it with business lease financing your equipment. But if I don't know anything about how to set that up for myself and I don't have anybody to instruct me on how to do that, no matter how many questions that I might go ask until I go through it myself, I'll never know. So what do we tell individuals or how do we structure or prepare individuals starting out, coming into it? These are some steps that you need to take to prepare yourself for going into an office like Patriot BFC and sitting down and saying, hey, this is what I'm trying to do.
It's a good question. And it's an easy answer. You need a consultant. If you've never been through it, you need contacts. The lenders that we represent don't advertise. They don't really work with somebody who just calls them. They want somebody like me to bring them a structured package, all the paperwork filed in the right order, everything that we need. If I was talking to somebody right now who said, hey man, I've been in business for 1 year, I bought all my stuff cash, I'm doing good, but I need double the equipment. I'm a landscaper. I need a dump truck and I need 2 new mowers. I don't have any credit, Paul. How do I do this? Here's how I would respond. I would say, Well, we take an application, we collect information. If you've been in business for more than 3 years, good to excellent personal credit, and it's less than $300,000, I could do this application only. That's it. I just need an application and an invoice and 3 months bank statements. But in this situation, since you have no established previous credit, you're brand new in business and you want to finance a $60,000 dump truck and two $12,000 mowers. You want $74,000. How do we make what's the lender going to require from you? Here's what it is. They're going to need 2 years of your previous federal taxes. It doesn't matter if it's related to your current business or not. I don't need your business taxes. I need your personal taxes. I need 3 months bank statements for your business, not personal. Those bank statements have to reflect that you have an ending balance at every month and you're not negative, that you've got enough money to repay the debt that you want to take on. I need an invoice, 3 invoices for the equipment that you're going to buy, a dump truck and 2 mowers. I need the invoices, application, taxes, bank statements, invoices. And what you're going to expect with that information, I'll submit it. I will get a term sheet the next day. I'll share it with you. I'll email it to you. We're going to review it together. And what that term sheet is going to say, because I'm experienced in this and I already know that if you tell me you've been in business for 1 year and you have no established credit, business or personal, that term sheet is going to say 25 or 30% money down. Now that sounds like a lot. That doesn't sound like a good deal. I want finance because I don't have any money. I don't want to put it down. Well, look at it from the lender's perspective. They're taking on its risk. They can't just put it out there 100%. They need you to be involved also. You got to have a stake in it because it's easy to walk away from something that you don't have anything into. But if you got 30% down and you're going to lose that, then you don't want to walk away from it. You're going to do everything you can do to keep that together, to make the payments, to keep the equipment so you can grow your business. 30% down, you don't have to put 100% down. It's $74,000. You got to come up with $22,200 to get the equipment financed. Yes, that's not easy. Let's go back to last week. Creative. Find a way to be creative to come up with that money. Who loves you? Friends and family, maybe a business partner. I don't know. There's a lot of ways to do it. And we talked about that last week. But if you're brand new in business with no credit and you need new equipment, used equipment, it don't matter, new or used, we can finance either. But you need the equipment because you just got a contract with the city. You're going to cut all their vacant lots. You need this equipment. We'll get you financed on it. You got difficult credit. Make the payment on time, 24 months. At that point, you are now solid gold. The next time you purchase / lease equipment, you got a choice. We can get you approved and we can put first, last, and second, 3 payments in advance. 3 payments down instead of $22,400. Instead of 30%, you can just put payments up front. Or you can put 10% down. But my point I'm driving is it's your choice after you get established.
Okay. So is leasing, and should, lenders take more risk on small businesses with poor credit? Or is it just a strict approval necessary to protect the system? Because based on what you're saying, we know that there are people out there that are in tight situations. But wouldn't it be beneficial to give those individuals opportunities, to at least, put forth some effort, and then shit, man, you have more success rate when, folks say yes than when folks say no. And I'm talking about the lenders, that is, without the chokehold, without the percentage hike chokehold on interest.
I want to say yes. The answer on my part is absolutely yes, because I could get more approvals done and I could help more people. But we still
Right.
help a lot of people right now as it is. For me to say what they should do, it's not my money. So
Mhm.
their perspective is we've got this money, we need to make a return on our money to grow our, because it's their business, to grow their business, and we need to be safe in our position. So, I mean, the answer, I would say yes to your question, but at this point, it's not, they do make it easy. I mean, 30% down, is that easy? I guess not. It might be 25% down. It might be 20. If you've got industry, let's say you're a truck driver, been driving for 10 years. Now you want to buy 2 trucks and start your own trucking company. Might not be 30% down. You've got what's called industry experience. And based on that industry experience, the down payment could be 15% down.
Yeah.
So the lenders, they're not trying to make it hard, because if they make it
Right.
impossible, nobody's going to get approved. So I believe, in my opinion, the lenders make it pretty reasonable to get approved right now as a startup or difficult credit. And they make it extremely simple to get financed if you are more than 3 years in business, good to excellent personal credit, and you're making money so you can repay the new debt. They make it extremely easy that way. And they make it relatively very easy to get into business or to get equipment.
I just sent it to you.
You got difficult credit.
Okay. I was talking to JB. I was resending him that link so he
Yeah.
could join us today. My apologies, but I'm listening to you, Paul. Jonathan Shaw had a very profound statement. He said the key here is to make the money and you make sure that you pay it back.
That's pretty simple. Jonathan
Yeah.
Saw hit the nail right on the head, man.
Yeah, that's that keeps it
And
real simple.
you know why, Galen, what Jonathan just said is so correct?
Mhm.
Because at that point, after you, and as I said, 2 years of on-time payments, you're solid gold. You're wielding good credit as a weapon. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
A weapon to be used for your good. You
Right.
can grow so much instead of just struggling, trying to pay it with cash. All
Yeah.
of the big businesses in the world use credit as a tool. We should
Mhm.
copy what they do, copy what Coca-Cola does, copy what you name the biggest companies, copy what the
Yeah.
way that they do it.
Right. Well, I'll say this. Okay. And let me put myself back up on the screen with you here.
Come on.
I don't think that Coca-Cola is paying 30 cents on the dollar.
I didn't say they were. Coca-Cola's putting first payment down only if they choose to. They have choices. That's the difference, because we're talking about two separate things. We're talking
Yeah.
about strong existing businesses with time. Time in business is a term that
Mhm.
lenders, use. So there's a difference. Coca-Cola's
I
not doing
understand.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. But 30%, 25, 30%, that's kind of steep, Paul. And I'm just from the consumer side of it, trying to just figure out how I'm gonna pay this money back. I'm taking such a hit on interest rate
Oh, wait,
that,
wait. I'm not talking, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm not talking interest rate. I'm talking money down to get the deal approved.
oh
I'm not
wow,
talking interest
okay.
rate.
Yeah, well, that out of pocket is gonna kill me too.
You got to be creative. You got to come up with it.
Hmm.
You got to
Hmm.
hustle, like we're talking. Get rich, don't cry trying. We've talked
Right.
about creative financing.
Hmm.
Find a way when there is no way. Here's the
Hmm.
scenario. You've been in business a year and a half. You bid on a you're a landscaper. You're demolition, you're demolishing old, vacant houses, whatever. You get a contract from the city. You got X amount of equipment, but you need 3 more operators and 3 more pieces of equipment to get the job done. but the job is worth getting done. You got a contract, you're going to cut 300 lawns in the city every single week. You got difficult credit and you're saying, how am I going to do this? You got to figure it out. And figuring it
Right.
out goes back to what we were talking about, creative financing,
Yeah.
get creative ways. But
It's
if
worth
you,
it's worth the investment based on the job, based on the contract. Is that what you're saying?
I agree. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. With the possibility of a renewal on that particular contract, 300 yards.
Or gaining your business is just growing. That was the beginning. You got difficult credit. You need the equipment. You got to find a way to come up with whatever the lender is going to require from you. And here's going back to what makes us different. We're going to look at 2 or 3 lenders. If one lender says you need 30% down, we're going to look at another as your consultant and try to find one that's going to do it for 25. We're trying to put the package together for you that makes it easier. But get it done, make payments on time, become solid gold after you make on-time payments.
Baby,
Then you don't need to do that.
You got the link?
I ain't still ain't got it yet.
I haven't seen it twice now.
That's crazy. Let me reset my phone.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, I sent the link 3 times already. So JB will be joining us here shortly. Just having a little technical difficulty on his end, but we'll get it locked in here in just a moment. Well, while we're taking a quick breather, welcome to everyone that has joined the live and listening to the conversation with Paul and I. Xavier, Lewis, what's going on? Square, Trulia, Monroe, Jerry, and Job Blaze. Jonathan Shaw, that's what I'm gonna do. Let's see who else we got here. Go over here to IG official True Heart TV. Dead ass. I'm Benji. What's going on, my guy? And 821-8. Yeah, I hope I'm saying that right. But welcome, all of you guys. Twitch. You guys on Twitch, YouTube, they got the handles on Twitch, and I can't read half of them handles. The amazing world of social media, Paul. What say you?
So I say, sounds good to me. Amazing world of social media. Absolutely. Yeah. Otherwise, we'd be calling people in the yellow pages like the 80s.
Hey, man, I used to like going through the yellow pages.
I'm not against it. I've done it. I did it last year.
A lot of kids wouldn't understand a phone book with a cord hanging down and a book covered so that it's protected from rain, and it has all of the phone numbers of everyone in the city and the surrounding areas, and you'd have to put a quarter into the machine and dial.
Dude, yes, we lived it. We lived that.
We did. That was funny. But I tell you what, Bell South, my Bell, they made a killing.
How about this, Galen? Reality show. You got to have, participating parents who would hold it. Prize is $10 million. You build I guess it'd be an expensive reality show. A 1 mile square area. You take it and it becomes 80s town. You take some kids today, go back to 80s town, no technology, go play outside. There's the phone booth if you want to call your friend. You got long distance. You can only call so far. Remember long distance?
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't call. I was on the edge. I couldn't call my buddy John a mile down the road. I'd have to go down there on my bicycle because I couldn't, don't use long distance.
Right.
And 80s town, the last standing kid wins the money for his family.
Oh no, man! All them kids gonna bunk out the same day.
Right.
They were like, the hell with this. What is wrong with this place? You know. Well, I know. Wait. I have one set of young kids that I know for a fact would be able to maintain because they go out on nature walks and learn how to survive off the land and I think they would be pretty good. And that's Jonathan Shaw's kids. I think they'd be okay. I think they'd be well equipped and not even worried about social media when they get into this little town and see all of the great things that we could do. Would there be a
Yeah.
pond there? Would there be equestrian events? Can we go hunting and fishing? All that kind of good stuff. So
You can go build
you know,
fires in the woods and build a cabin.
that's right. That's right. Go camping and shoot a rabbit and skin his ass and put him on the Barbie. You know what I mean? It just
I do. I do know. Yes.
So look, man. We're gonna get into this thing and JB should be in here in just a second. Let me see. Let me see the link again. You say you still don't see the link. Bam. And I didn't want to ask you this because I don't like really engaging in political shit, but we're in a conflict right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
With Iran. What is that doing? And it has nothing, it has everything to do with the conflict. I'm not even talking about the reasonings behind it because we're talking about financing at this point. What is that doing based on what has been taking place? Are you seeing any residual effects, whether it be positive or negative, from the engagement of us in this conflict with Iran?
No, because business goes on until we get hit by an EMP or until it's the end of the world. People are still going to be running their business. So I
Okay.
haven't had any loss of referrals, loss of people calling us. I mean,
So,
it definitely affects business, but it's not affecting mine.
right. So when you're dealing with these types of things, and that's a bold stance to take, right? I mean, in anybody's business to take that position, knowing that there are possibilities. And I'm not talking about the threat of war. I'm talking about the market crashing because of decisions that are being made arbitrarily through the Oval Office. Impact decisions that sway how people are viewing America and inevitably affecting, the market share and our value globally, which in turns drops our standing in the market. So people begin to lose money. People begin to panic. People begin to get frustrated. People begin to jump out of windows because they think that we're heading towards a depression or a state or a time of just turmoil. So give me your take on what you're seeing and how you shore up, or I don't want to say shore up, but give or lend support to the mind of an individual who's thinking about going into business and saying, should I take the risk? There you go.
Okay, that's a very good question. I like that. Well, okay. You're going into business. You're in business right now. You've got 2 rental homes. You want to have 30. Should you stop buying rental homes? No, because people always need a place to live. Will they stop paying you monthly? I mean, at the end of the world, when money doesn't matter, sure, we're not there yet. And EMP drops. We got nothing. The country's black, dark, no light, no electricity. Yeah, nobody's going to pay the rent then, but until those things happen, they need a place to live. So they're going to pay your rent. Let's talk about a landscaper cutting grass.
Well, okay. Well, hold up. Before you speed up past that, we didn't have an EMP, but we did have COVID-19.
Yeah.
Everything was shut down. I just started my business. I am screwed, sir.
I started my business February 20th, 2020, just when all that weird shit happened,
Hmm.
and it didn't affect us. I mean,
Okay.
maybe it did, and I just don't know it, but we did well enough the first year. Yeah, anything crazy can happen. And COVID-19, that was like beyond craziness. They're shutting down, they're arresting pastors, they're shutting down businesses, telling us what we can't do. That's a bunch of
Hmm.
bullshit. Okay,
Hmm.
it happened. It is a bunch of bullshit, but it still happened. We had to live with it. There was rent. I mean, yeah, landlords weren't getting paid. That's true.
Correct.
You don't have to pay your rent. So could that happen again? It could. I mean, they could do something fake like that again.
Yeah. No, it did happen. I mean, you're talking
It,
about when we're talking about catastrophic things, things that
yeah,
are beyond human control, right? Well,
correct.
we could talk about that. That's a rabbit hole that we don't need to go down. But the depression was real, you
Yeah,
know, and people had to come through that. COVID was real. You know what I'm saying? The plague was
yeah.
real. These are things that you don't think about or are unexpected. And I'm not, you know, um, I'm not saying that you have to base your life on tragic events that may occur, but no one was expecting Hurricane Katrina. You follow what I'm saying?
Oh, I follow
So
what you're saying. Yeah.
yeah, or I've been iced in Ohio, or the whole Eastern Seaboard's been iced in for 3 months. You know, um, come on, So
Okay.
and these are real things that happen. But I'm in business and I'm trying to survive, and now I'm hit with these catastrophic things, and there's no recourse. There's nothing outside of me losing all of my equipment, me losing, my business getting flipped upside down. So what are some best approach and practices based on what's going on present day, to lean into going into business as an entrepreneur?
That's a great question. You're right. I don't think, I mean, I don't think you're saying live in fear, but we shouldn't live in fear of the
No,
worst
no,
things that
definitely
could,
not, definitely.
of the worst thing that could happen.
Yeah.
Cash reserves, run your business smart. Don't go buy a Lamborghini your first good year. Don't do it. Don't even
Mhm,
buy a Corvette. Keep on driving a used vehicle. Save your
mhm,
cash for the future. Cash
mhm,
reserves. Invest it back into your business. Grow your business to where you're making so much money. And I know that sounds, it's not, I mean, it's not as hard as it sounds. Just do it. Grow your business, make money, keep it, invest it. If you invested in the stock market and something crazy happens like that, could you use it? Sure. Yes. Invest it into customer acquisition, because
mhm,
every customer you get is a chunk of money. You're a concrete guy, you're putting driveways in. Was it 10, 15, 20,000 bucks for a driveway? Do as many of those as you can per year. Don't don't spend all your money. So to survive a catastrophic event, you need cash reserves. If you're worried
mhm,
about, don't run it razor thin. You can't. None of us can run it. I mean, we do. I've done it with past businesses. Nothing, the world's not perfect. I'm not, nobody's perfect. So I have run businesses in the past with razor thin margins, with no cash reserves, and I discovered how dumb that was. Do our best to gain more customers, you gain more business, you gain more money, keep your cash reserves, and if something happens,
mhm,
where business doesn't exist for the next 6 months, with your cash reserves, you can make the payments.
mhm. Okay.
That's the best advice I can offer on that subject, I think.
Right, right, right. I'm gonna try one more thing here, Paul. Hold on just a second. Give
Okay.
him give him a rundown. Give him a rundown while I'm trying to get JB squared away. Give him a rundown on everything Patriot BFC and how to reach out in the whole 9 yards. And I'll be right
Gotcha.
back.
All right. To get a hold of me, reach out to Galen, Gems it, message him. He'll get all three of us together and we'll talk business and how to help you get funding for your business. What do we do at Patriot Business Finance Consultants? We help you get money under the best terms, best deal structure, lowest cost of money. And as your consultant, We're going to walk you through the jungle. We are your safari guide. If you've not walked through the jungle before, you would want a guide. We are your guide. We do it better than the banks. The banks are going to say no if you're 2 points short of their credit score requirement. We're not going to do that. We've got lenders who want to say yes to real estate, commercial and investment real estate financing, to equipment financing, working capital, growth capital, three other things that we do: purchase order financing, factoring of your accounts receivable, and SBA USDA loans. We've got resources, contacts, and lenders in all of those areas who want to provide money for your business. Which lender we take you to, what we have a consultation, we figure out who you are, what you're doing, what you need, and then we're going to put together a custom race car. Man, we're going to build a race car for you. We're not just going to put you in a vehicle that's going to get you where you're going. We're going to put you in the best vehicle to get you where you're going under the best conditions, in the fastest way to get there. So yeah, long story short, money for your business, any industry, any state, any credit, any equipment. What does that mean? Any industry, entertainment industry, studio equipment, hotels, furniture for your hotel rooms. If you don't got furniture, nobody's going to come stay there. That's your equipment. It's nice to have new stuff. Trucking, trucks, semi-trucks, construction industry, dump trucks, excavators, bobcats, backhoes, tree service, lift, boom trucks. So that's any industry, any equipment, same answer. All those things I described, that's the equipment that you need. We can help you finance any equipment, any state, 50 states, no restrictions, any credit. Okay. Yeah. I mean, we can't finance everybody. Some people will be denied, but the vast majority can get financed. Excellent credit, time. I've said it already. Time in business, excellent credit, strong cash flow, easy, done, easy peasy. Difficult credit, you don't think you can get financed because you've already been turned down. Maybe you haven't worked with us, because we have lenders who want to say yes. How's that going to happen? I mean, it's not going to be painless. You got to come up with some money, not for us, but for the lender. The lender has a position where they have to keep their money safe and they have to profit from it. So in order to do that, if they're going to put out $100,000 or millions of dollars for equipment for your business, they got to be safe and they got to make money. Profit is a good word. It's fair. Safety is money down. So with difficult credit, you can absolutely be approved and we'll get you approved. Get on the road to being solid gold. Just make the payment on time for 24 months. You're now solid and you don't have to put a chunk of money down and everything's better. Grass is greener. The sky's more blue. You get more ladies. Everybody loves you.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I appreciate that, Paul. Thank you, everyone who has joined us today, everyone that has joined the live. Our good friend and pundit, talking head and part of the Boss Talk family, Terry Cherry. She'll be here on a regular and consistent basis on the Industry Talk platform. Good to see you, Terry. Paul, great conversation today. That's what I'm going to do. Jonathan Shaw, Xavier Lewis, what's going on, Square? Trulia Monroe, Jerry and Jablaze. I'm just giving everybody a shout out that has taken the time to lock in with us today and see what kind of insights that you can pull, what kind of gems you can pull from the conversation that may help you or assist you in making financial business decisions for equipment. Now, there again, are there other gateways, opportunities of doing what it is that we're talking about? Of course, we're just giving you an avenue. We're presenting an avenue. And there's nothing wrong with asking questions. you can reach out to me. You can reach out to Paul if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. 821 Dead Ass. Benji. Welcome to the live official True Hearted TV. Welcome to the programming, everyone. We've been locked in with my good man Paul Whitehouse. And we've been chopping it up for right at an hour, man. We're 5 minutes away from an hour. I'm here. So I guess JB's really having some technical difficulties with his situation. Might be the Wi-Fi in the area. But we'll see. We can always follow up. Tomorrow is Wednesday. We lock in with JB on Wednesdays. So before we get out of here, Paul, and I appreciate your conversation, answering the questions. If any of you guys along the way have questions for Paul, you can send them to me. You can send them to my email at clientsupport@gemsit.org. And, I'll make sure that we ask the questions that you want to find out about prior to. We'll have a questionnaire or question list ready for Paul when he comes on Tuesdays. If you have a talk topic as it relates to business financing that you want brought to the table that we may not have necessarily talked about, I'll present it to Paul, and we'll go from there, because Paul gives me his talk topics that he wants to talk about every week. He'll send me a message saying, hey, this is what we're bringing to the table this week, and then we run from there. So if in fact you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or topics that you want us to engage in on the platform, please, we're here for you. And without any hesitation, I'm going to bring my main man, Jarrell Braswell, onto the platform. JB.
What it do?
JB?
Oh, man. Fantastic.
Big P, what it do, man?
Paul. Huh?
I said, what it do, Paul? Goddamn.
What up, buddy?
Yes, indeed, man. So, how's it going, sir?
Oh, it's going, man. Shit, working, man. Staying busy, getting ready for these upcoming show dates and stuff. Just making sure I'm ready to go at all times and staying on top of it.
Gotcha. You made it back from Orlando.
Yup.
Okay, you're in Georgia. You're in Alabama.
Georgia.
Good deal. And so, how was, just to give everybody a little insight, because we did get into it a little bit yesterday. But how was the show? Because we had a conversation with KG the Kid, Charlie Jr., and yourself about Baltimore. So give me a little insight about Baltimore.
Oh man, Baltimore was lit. You know what I'm saying? Shit, with them for a little twist this time. I hosted the event, so y'all know how I'm coming with it, man. Every time I pop up out that thing, straight energy, straight energy. And it was a great show. Brought everybody out nice. Everybody did their thing, and we had it was another sold out show, so can't complain.
Okay, so you hosted.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because I heard you say you brought everybody out nicely.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that just put me in the mindset. Okay, you were hosted. So how is it on the hosting side of an event when you're in the audience's face the entire show?
Man, it just feels good just to go out there. You just hold it down and keep them entertained and control that crowd and control the energy of what you're doing out there. Like I say, it really don't matter to me, man, as long as I really get to go. But being a host, you get to go more than once. So it's just like you really get to go in your trick bag and your joke bag and really showcase your skills on the stage when it comes to comedy doing stand up. So I tell people all the time they get to see different sides of JB, not just that one side. You get to see the serious side, the funny side, the dark side, whatever side come out. Or whoever I'm bringing out, whatever, you get to see that side. So it ain't just a one and done with me when I'm hosting. You're going to get all type of stuff with JB.
Okay, so as a host, I need to know in particular rooms, who controls the red light on the stage when an artist is burning their time?
Oh, shit, pretty much. That's up to the sound man, too. They give them the light. We let them know when back in the green room, everything, how many minutes you got and what time you going to get the light. So they see that light and they still going, that's pretty much disrespectful to the community. We ain't had that happen. So that's a good thing. But if a motherfucker doing that shit, they going over the light, I goddamn get the mic and come out myself. Hey man, it's time. Shit. It's a show.
Mhm.
You're bigger than the
Okay.
program, so
So you pulling the Sandman quick.
oh yeah, hell yeah. Yeah.
How many shows you do a year, JB?
Man, I don't know. Shit. I just know anyway, I know I'm on the road every weekend and shit. Most of the weekends we either doing 5 shows or 3 shows. So shit anywhere from 200 to 400 a year. And they still be there. And we still on the last. We still on the I Got Motion tour coming to the new tour with these tour dates. So it'd be a lot of shows.
That's
Oh yeah.
amazing, bro.
Okay.
That's
No,
amazing.
not wow. Not wow, Paul. We don't need a wow. We need
Yeah.
to know some of that creative financing that you were talking about. Let's come up with some ideas.
Yeah,
You
most definitely.
just asked a very pertinent question. How many shows? You know, those shows generate revenue. That revenue is broken up in between expenses from travel expense, food per diem, and everything else. You know what I'm saying? So what his final tally is at the end of the year may average XYZ. We're not putting those numbers out. I'm just saying XYZ. But he does need equipment. He does need vehicles. He does need, I guess, fractional financing when it comes to staying in locations or reimbursements or whatever. There's a lot of stuff that comes into being a comedian that doesn't necessarily have to do with equipment.
Yeah.
So how do we work the financing for someone like a JB?
Well, that's an interesting question.
And he travels and he flies and he's, got to rent a car, got to have hotel accommodations, has to eat. You know what I'm saying? 3 square meals a day. However the model is for his contract and his business to be in place and intact. How do we work that, Paul?
That's an interesting question. I think I got an answer, but that would require a deeper conversation. So we would, if I didn't know JB, I'd get on a call with him. I'd say, tell me more. I'd ask questions. But just off the top of my head, right now, thrown in my face with no information, I would say creative financing, a business partner, a manager with a lot of money, or I would even ask the question, JB, I see what you're doing here. Next year, you're telling me you need $300,000 to finance the road show. That's what you're telling me. Okay, here's a question for you. Do you own any real estate? Like, are you on the side a real estate investor and I don't know about it? If you are, and you own those homes free and clear, or they got a low balance, let's pull cash. I mean, that's creative. Let's pull cash out of your real estate to finance the comedy career. There's a lot of questions to ask. That's called asset-based finance. That's one question I would ask. What assets do you own that I can help you pull money out of to finance the road show? If you said, I don't no assets, I don't own rental homes, then the next question would be, well, there's secured financing, and then there's something called unsecured financing. And that's a whole subject that would take a little while to get into.
Gotcha.
But unsecured financing is based on your business cash flow. If last year your business had $30,000 a month in deposits, bank deposits,
Gotcha.
I could take you to a lender who does non-asset based working capital, and they would look at your bank deposits and they would say, okay, based on this and based on his upcoming schedule, which he's provided to us, we can see that he should generate this much again this year. That's a potential way to get money for you. Then taking it a step deeper, which is more expensive, because we're going to grade down from least expensive, second least expensive. Then there's a most expensive option with
Gotcha.
financing based on personal credit. I got a lender who will stack credit cards for you. I don't like to put people in that position. I rarely do it, but it's an option.
Gotcha.
So 680 credit score and above. If you come to me and say, I got no assets, I want to start a business, I would say, okay, no assets. Here's your only option, unsecured financing. I represent a company who will do this. They will take your good credit score. They will take 2 years of your taxes. They will stack. If you say you need $100,000, they're going to get you 10 credit cards at 0% interest for 12 months, right?
Right.
Their fee is 15%. It ain't cheap.
Oh no, hell no.
They pay me 3 points out of that. I don't recommend anybody do it, but it's an option. And here is when an option like that could be considered. Imagine this. It's your house. You know for a fact, because you've seen it, which how could you see it? But 400 foot down below your house in the dirt is a solid chunk of gold that weighs a ton. How much is that worth? That's worth a lot of money, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. You got no money. You got no way to get to that. But you're going to take on a crazy expensive loan, which is possible to get done. And you're going to take that money and you're going to buy yourself an excavator and you're going to dig at it night and day. You're going to get to the gold. You're going to pull it up. It was worth it. Yeah, you paid 15% as their fee. Okay. If you get it done in a year, you don't pay any interest.
Don't pay no interest.
If you don't get it done in a year and your plan fails and there's no gold down there, you're stuck. And I don't want to stick nobody. So
Yeah.
I tell people about the option, but I say you only do that if you know for a fact your business plan is going to succeed. You know the gold's down there. You know that if you do this, you're going to get this end result. Your profit is going to be in excess to where the 15 points you paid doesn't matter. Hopefully you can avoid the interest. If it takes a year and 3 months, you paid some interest. So that's how these are the things that I would say based on a conversation that we would have. If I didn't know JB and he called me and said, I need to finance my comedy tour, those are some of the questions and solutions I would ask and offer.
Well, I will just add that a ton of gold underneath your house, sitting there waiting for you, is equal to $107 million.
Wow.
Just so you know.
Wow.
And lying, yeah, we just had to take that chance, shit.
And I use that ton of gold analogy as your business. That ton of gold is your business. If you can get to your business, get to it and make the business successful and profit in excess of the amount that you got to pay back, the cost of money, because money's not free. There's a
Yeah,
cost
no.
to it. But if it'll profit in excess of, and hopefully far, far, far in excess of, and you got to use a last case resort of expensive financing to make it happen, it might be worth it. I would do it. I'm a risk taker. I take risks all the time. I try to calculate them. Sometimes they don't work. Sometimes they do. But we would try to get you least expensive financing. That's why I started with the question, do you own any real estate? Are you a landlord and I just don't know it? You got 30 houses?
I ain't got no 30 house. I got a little land, a few tiny homes on them. You know, that one starting up, a little venture.
Well, that would be the question I would ask though, to determine how we can help you get your finance, something like a comedy tour. What
Yep.
assets do you have? And then as a consultant, I take it even further. I'll remove myself from the deal if there's an obvious answer and I'll just tell you about it. Okay. How about your personal residence? Because I don't do owner occupied. I just do investment in commercial property.
Gotcha.
But I would ask you in the effort to help you, and I don't care if I get paid or not. JB, you need to finance this comedy tour, right? Yes. How about your house? Well, yeah, it turns out my house is owned free and clear. Well, my grandma gave it to me in my inheritance. It's worth $450,000. Really? Guess what, JB? You can go to your bank and you can borrow money against your personal residence and you can finance your tour like that. I'll just give you the free information.
Yeah.
If there's an obvious answer, I'm going to tell it to you. I'm not going to hold it so I can make money.
Gotcha.
I'm going to give you the obvious answer in the effort to help you.
Okay. So JB,
Yes, sir.
you have any questions for Paul?
Now, shit, the one I was gonna ask you, he answered them without even having to say nothing. You know, about the business, unsecured, secured. Cause I'm gonna ask him the ways to go with it, you know what I'm saying? Then he just broke it down, secured and unsecured, and shit just and gave the steps. So now he hit everything dead on the head when it come to what I want to ask, you know what I'm saying, in the future with coming up with my own company tour as time goes by, me being ready and getting ready to do that.
Okay. All right. Well, what else we need to get into today? Because we had a little technical difficulty early on with JB's situation.
Yeah, I forgot
Trying
to
to
pay
get
my
it
damn
going.
phone bill, man, and all these damn messages rolling in. Now that's my fault.
Mhm.
Shit, so
I,
they paid
I,
though.
I, I ain't saying nothing about all that. What I'm saying was,
Oh, know what it was?
take
I
right
just
for
got the
the
link not coming through text message for the
right,
damn
right.
yeah.
So would you use the one that was on IG?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So Paul, anything that you want to bring to the table before we get out of here?
No, I think we covered it all. We covered a lot. I just want to say, man, I'm happy to be here with you guys all the time. Happy we're all friends, and
Definitely.
I enjoy hanging out with you guys. And
Mhm.
if anybody listening to this show, any industry, any state, any credit, any equipment, you got a lot of people in the entertainment business. Studio equipment can be financed. Gems it, get a hold of Galen. We will all get together and we'll make it happen for you.
Yes, sir.
You heard it here. Get in contact with me. Get in contact with JB, and we gonna get you linked up with old Paul Whitehouse,
Yes, sir.
Patriot BFC.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. So hold on a second. This is what we're gonna do also, because of course I got to give JB his time to shine and talk about what he's got coming down the pipe, and what's coming down the line. Let him drop this dime. JB, I'm gonna put you up on the screen by yourself,
Okay.
man, so you can sit there and talk to the people. All right.
Okay. All right.
Okay. JB's.
Yes, up. Yeah, y'all tap in and tune in with me. I will be in Cincinnati, Ohio, Sunday. Well, I'm trying to think of the damn date. What date it is? 19th? I think so.
Sunday is the 19th. That's right.
The 19th we'll be in Cincinnati at the Funny Bone. Then the 26th we will be in Manchester or Hartford, Connecticut, at their Funny Bone. And then April 30th, we will be in San Antonio at the LOL Company Club, 5 jam pack shows. So y'all make sure y'all come tap in with us, man. Then following that, May 9th, we will be in Kansas City, Missouri for 2 shows, early shows. So y'all make sure y'all tap in with that. And May 23rd, we will be up in Detroit at the Fox Theater. Them all the dates I know off the top of my head. There's back to back to back. Taking me into the end of this month, all into mid of next month. So y'all just tap in with me. Make sure y'all go tap in with my website. Go subscribe to my YouTube. Go follow my new Facebook page, Jarrell Braswell, comedian Jarrell Braswell. Everything's verified and structure right. That page is way better than the old page. It's more cleaner, more professional, more structure, and I'm getting more traffic. So everybody that's tapping in with me, I appreciate you. We almost at like 300. It's been a week. Engagement going real strong, but Google me, tap in. Once again, my website, www.jbcomedy.com, and you can see everything going on from tour dates to content drops and everything else. And that's all I got.
Yes, indeed. JB said that's all he got, ladies
Yeah,
and
that's all I
gentlemen.
got.
All,
That's it.
yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
JB,
Yes,
JB,
sir.
when you come to Cleveland, let me know because I'll come see you, man.
Yeah, we're gonna be in Cleveland July 1st through the 4th at
Really?
the fun. Yeah, we got a whole weekend up there in Cleveland. We coming back the 1st
All
through the
right.
4th. So
All right.
let me know you coming up, and I'll put your name on the list and get you in there, man.
You're the man. I'm coming.
Yes,
Well, I'm
sir.
coming up. That's
Yes,
awesome.
sir. That'll work. Yeah. Yeah. So that's up. Hell yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll be there for the 4th of July.
Isn't that something? 4th of July. I do want to show y'all something. Before we get out of here. Because you know me, man. I like to support who supports us. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
But this is next level when it comes to support, right? And people might not understand what I'm saying, but it is what it is. Let me see if I can share this screen right quick. Do-do-do-do-do.
Sir.
Ricky Ross presents Freeway Records, man. Come on, man. Y'all see the packaging? Yeah. I don't even want to open it because packaging. But we gonna open it. Oh. Boom. Let's go. When I say I'm gonna support, man. I really, really appreciate the love. I like to read. Y'all know Angel be writing. Let's keep it going. You know, bro went above and beyond. Share success blueprint. Everything you need to know to make it in business. Freeway Ricky Ross, the untold autobiography, the second edition by Ricky Ross. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what, guys. Hey, y'all not tapping in with industry talk, you're doing yourself a disservice. And it don't stop there. Better than great, yeah. Come on, Key Wally, y'all already know that name. Keep on. I mean, I'm still selling the packages. And Angel gonna be matching in this mug. Come on, guys. None of this stuff will be happening, man, if I wasn't really genuinely support. And y'all asked me, man, who should I tap in with? Look at what happened. I got on this mug while they were live and they was asking questions about the real comedian JB Braswell. Y'all can go his website right now, man, and watch the comedy special. Y'all could answer some of them questions like I did. And listen, bro, I answered a few questions and look at what all I got. Come on, bro. Blessings on top of blessings on top. I'm over here sweating in joy. Big G. Man, JB Braswell, listen, I appreciate you guys. Man, hands down, forever. Man, business, man, I really appreciate this package. That's heavy, boy. I got that.
Yeah.
Jay Shaw.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that was, and I did that just because people, think that everything's a scam.
Yeah. No
right?
No buffale, no bullshit.
Right. So when we send out our packages, or if you participate and engage and win, and in our competition, we send the packages out to the addresses given. If you win, you win. You know what I'm saying? So and I appreciate and Shaw didn't have to do that.
No, he didn't.
He didn't have to do any of those things, pulling together the camera work and displaying the products and the merchandise and the apparel. But I appreciate it. We appreciate it. Industry Talk appreciate it. Boss Talk Podcast 101 appreciates it. JB appreciates it. You hollered out my man JB because we were talking about the Stanky Skin comedy special and getting folks excited about going and watch the special. And you can tap into it through the website. As a matter of fact, before I even move in,
hey, what it do, world? It's your boy, Comedian JB, the real Jay Braswell, Comedian Jay Braswell. Hey, dig this. I got a website, man. Tap in at jbcomedy.com.
And you can also, purchase any of the products, whatever the case may be. See when JB is going to be, where, when, how to buy tickets. All of the above. All of the above.
All of it.
So, man, like I said, just to see the excitement that surrounds what it is that we have going on. And it's not just Jay Shaw. Shay Waller dropped a video also and of her items that she received, her Industry Talk shirt, the book, the Freeway Records t-shirt, and of course I know Bree Milton got hers as well. If all of them got theirs, and it's not like you're waiting months.
No.
You know what I'm saying? That's not outside of it. You're not waiting months.
That shit getting shipped and ready while you're winning. That shit already getting processed.
Because we do business, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just, it's the action. It's not just the lip service or the conversation.
Well, definitely.
And everybody's had their opportunity to say their piece. I appreciate you both for coming on. JB, how about this? Since we linked in and everything's good, what's today? Today is
let's nightcap. Yeah,
we're gonna do a nightcap. We're gonna do a nightcap.
Yeah,
let's do a nightcap. Jump on and chop it up. So it'll be what's a good time? Because I know you'll crash out on me about 8:30 sometime. You've been
no, I'm up, man. Shit, I was asleep. Shit, I just woke up. To be honest, man. Shit, from last night. I was
Okay.
up all that early this morning. She had a damn eye appointment too this morning, so I've been up and
Gotcha.
running, man. Get back home about 4:30 this morning. For real, for
Right.
real. So move around, but
Okay.
yeah. Anytime,
Well,
for real.
all right.
Yeah,
Well,
let me know.
let me. Yeah. It'll be later on this evening. Let's do about 9:30, something like that, Central Standard Time. So it'll be
Okay.
what, 10:30 your time?
Yeah.
Or how about 8:30 my time? 9:30
9.
your time.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Big. Okay.
Good stuff. All right, good deal.
Yes, sir.
And you heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna do a nightcap later on. We're gonna get back on this thing about 8:30 Central Standard Time, 9:30
Eastern.
Eastern. And we're gonna chop it up with JB, get into some stuff. We're gonna talk about our past couple of interviews, our great conversations that we're having with Paul on Tuesday. We're gonna talk about it all. If you got something that you want to talk about, let me know. If you want to get
Bring it
on
up
the nightcap
Yeah.
with us
Let us
tonight,
know. Let us know.
tonight. This is the opportunity. If you want here, you want to get on with us later on tonight, let me know. We're gonna sit there and chop it up with you. You might not want to get on here because tonight we're gonna roast your ass. You know what I'm saying? JB working on some new jokes and he need a motherfucking
shit too.
music.
Yeah, y'all know how I do now, goddamn.
Yeah,
Shit,
so
come
don't
up
let
and
it
come out.
don't let it come unhinged. You know what I'm saying? Get a little bit of that thing in him and goddamn have some of the Coors Light. You know what I'm saying? Shit, couple of trees and some of that liquid gold.
Yes, seriously.
You gonna roast your ass. But yeah, man, let's do that, man. 8:30, we'll be good to go. I'll make sure that I'm back from Meridian, do it so we can do what we gotta do. How about that?
Okay, that'll work.
All right, beautiful people. I appreciate you. It's been another great episode of Industry Talk here on the Prime Time Network. We've been locked in with our good man, Paul Whitehouse. Paul, Patriot BFC.
Excellent being here with you guys, man. Dude, July 1st, I'm going to be there. I can't wait to meet you in person.
It's up, man. Shit, I might be hosting that motherfucker too. That's what I really be wanting to do, man. I ain't gonna lie, I enjoy the hosting part of it.
I think JB froze up. And JB, yes indeed. And we're gonna get on up out of this thing, ladies and gentlemen. That is my cue. And as always, beautiful people, it's about health, wealth, and wellness. Stay dangerous. What's good, beautiful people? It's your main man, Big G. And this is my personal invite to all of you to join me on Industry Talk on the Prime Time Network daily at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, where I get into great conversations with entrepreneurs, artists, industry leaders, you name it, we bring it to the table. So make sure you tap in with us, lock us in, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And we stream on all major platforms. And be sure to visit us at gemsitpublishing.com. This is Industry Talk. Let's get into it.
Motion.